Hi, my name is Trevor from Kbandstraining.com. We're going to be working through the Kbands Outdoor FX Beginner series. With the Outdoor FX series, you're going to need KB power bands, Kbands, as well as the KB Duo to challenge your endurance, functional strength, and overall mobility. Make things real simple and set up your KB Duo first. Wrap the extension strap over the object at least once, pull it through the loop, and make sure that you pull it tight. This will limit the amount that the Duo can move from side to side, and it'll make it stay in one place. For the beginner workout, you're going to be extending those straps down to about a foot off the ground, and then you'll be ready to rock. Walk out from the mount to where your arms are relatively straight, and we're going to be doing KB Duo squats. Sink down in your hips with your hips rolled slightly back with your knees behind your toes and work for full range of motion. Now we've got 10 reps and we're going to move immediately into the KB Duo power squats. The power squats are going to be much more challenging. It's going to increase your heart rate all that much more because you're going to be jumping as high as you can each and every rep. Be sure with the power squats you're not jumping towards the mount. We want to make sure that we're jumping away from the mount so that the strap stays nice and straight and we have nice easy landings in our joints to where we can increase our heart rate and still stay under control. Complete this round of 10 for 2 sets. 10 squats, 10 power squats, 10 squats, 10 power squats, and you're going to move directly into the Duo RDLs. With the RDL, you're going to need to have the Duo straps taut as well. So to get in the proper position, choose whichever foot that you want to work on first. If we're working with the right foot, make sure that you have a nice balanced stance, weight slightly towards more of the front of your foot than your heel, and you're going to roll up to where you're in a nice flat position. It's opposite and even now. So when your heel goes, your body goes. You should be working in a nice flat plane, working on your hamstring, your glutes, as well as a little bit of that stability. Keep things simple here for yourself as well. You've got 10 reps on the right, 10 reps on the left, and then you're moving directly back into the squats and power squats combo. We've got 3 rounds of this to really help increase our heart rate, get good blood flow throughout the entire body, but focus on the power squats on getting some air. This will be sure that we really start getting a good burn in our legs. For when we get to the RDLs, we're going to get more of that isolated, concentrated movement through our backside. Great job through the first superset. Now we're going to start working a little bit of back strength. We're working another superset now. We're going with the KB Duo row as well as a KB Power Bands row. So go ahead and test your resistance and make sure that you have the right amount that you need for the KB Power Bands. With the KB Duo row, the resistance is really up to you. The closer you are to the mount, the more resistance you're going to have. The farther your feet are away from the mount, the easier it will be. Now, since you're a beginner, you want to make sure that you don't overdo it. Form is number 1. So stay in a place that you're comfortable with the movements to keep a nice flat back. If ever we're completing those rows and we get that big arch in our back, that's not what we want. We're going to be getting more compression in our spine and less focus on the muscles that we want. So work to where you're in a comfortable position. Pull those hands in a neutral spot all the way back in towards your chest, keeping a big chest up top and squeezing your shoulder blades. The entire exercise, you should be focused on your shoulder blades squeezing. After you complete your 15 reps, we're moving right to the KB Power Bands resisted rows. You've already got the right level of resistance, so we're going to be working with 5s. We're going 15 reps just like the Duo rows, but this time you're going to go as fast as you can. Pulling every 5 reps, we've got a 5-second count. So you're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 5. The 5th one, big squeeze. Don't think about your biceps. Don't think about your forearms. Again, we're with our shoulder blades. Big squeeze, right back to the quick reps. Body positioning is another important thing that we need to worry about with this specific exercise. With a neutral stance, you're going to be really forced to stabilize in your lower back. Anytime that we can work with a split position, the safer we're going to be and the easier it will be to focus on the right muscles. So split those feet out, whichever one you feel more comfortable with forward. You can always alternate this as well to make sure that you're getting the same stability factor for both angles on your hips. But we want to make sure that we've got that stance ready and we're moving as quickly as we can, working both fast twitch and the slow twitch muscles, getting more result. After you finish your KB Power Bands row, you're going to take yourself a little bit of rest. You're going about a minute to a minute and a half off. Your body's going to be burning, and that's a good thing, but we don't want to extend that rest period past the time at which we can get optimal results. So 1.5 minutes tops. Start looking at your watch to make sure that you get the right amount of rest and not going over, because your body will adjust and you'll begin to get used to it, and you're going to start seeing more and more results. So finish that quick rep set with the resistance bands, right back to the duo after about 1.5 minutes off. You've got 4 rounds here to where we can really build strength through our back and get a little burn through our shoulders as well. We just focused on your back a little bit, so of course we've got to work our chest. We're going with the KB Duo Fly with supersetted with a simple push-up. It's going to be a little bit more advanced than just your everyday push-up, so pay attention when we get there. To complete the hug, you're going to need to work with that foot position again. Farther away from the mountain gives us less resistance, closer to will give us more. Now we're going to work to get our arms separated, but we want to stay in front of the shoulder line. We don't ever want to work back here, because no matter how much farther past that plane that we go, we're not going to focus on our chest as much as we're going to start really focusing on our shoulder in the wrong way. We've got to be in a safe, powerful position, so we're going to work from here, thinking about our elbows staying in line, working forward. As you come around and squeeze, as you get a little more advanced, roll your pinky to get a little bit more squeeze. It's important with the KB Duo Flies to always work slowly on the eccentric side of things. It's one thing to squeeze with the correct muscles and then come on out relaxing, taking all the pull off your muscle, and it's another thing to get there and squeeze and then try to focus on the squeeze all the way out. This way you're getting more benefits, because we've got both the concentric pull as well as that eccentric pull, toning our chest with both sides of the exercise. Finish your 10 reps and move right into the push-up. Now this isn't your everyday push-up. Depending on your level of fitness, you might be completing an inside push-up here, neutral position, and we might just be struggling to get to 10. If you've got to work from your knees, that's okay too. But as you progress throughout the weeks to come, make sure that you focus on squeezing in as much as you can. Now this may not seem like anything very challenging, but as you'll find, a normal push-up pushing straight is a lot different than a push-up when I've got a good firm position. I squeeze in as tight as I can, and then I try to squeeze the entire in and the entire out. It's very challenging, and that's your goal as you progress through the beginner workout. Complete your 4 sets for the chest and really focus on every single rep to get the optimal amount of burn, and then we'll move on to the next sets. For this next superset, we're going to be going with the Kbands reverse lunge as well as a straight arm pull. So grab your KB power band set and get a resistance band where you're going to fail close to 10 reps with the straight arm pull. With the reverse lunge, it's simple. It's your everyday reverse lunge that you're used to, but you're going to feel way more resistance every lunge with those Kbands on. If you're starting out with the red bands, that's okay. As we build strength, work towards the greens, and if you get even stronger, grab a set of blue bands and you're going to see more and more results with these everyday exercises. You've got 10 reps both alternating for the left and the right leg, and then we're going to move directly into the straight arm pull. Go ahead and stand up in a nice powerful position. You can go with the feet split or side by side, and you're going to wrap that band around your hands. Okay, so flip it around so then we've got a good base and we don't have to worry about it sliding, as well as we want to get that tension out here in this position here. If you don't have any tension from here out, you've got too loose of a band. We don't want to feel it from here to here. We want to feel it from here all the way out to that wide position. So flip it around your hands, get a big pull, and you're squeezing with your shoulder blades, and then we've got to focus on that 3-second count coming back to the front. Big pull, 3-second count on the way back to the front. As you progress and you get very comfortable with this movement, you can start speeding it up and working with the squeeze the entire ride without having any hesitation. Keep your pace through this superset because you're coming closer to the end of the workout, and your goal is to increase your heart rate throughout this workout. So towards the end of this Outdoor FX Challenge, you should be hosed. So focus here and roll for 4 sets with the 10-10-10 concept and keep pushing. Next, we've got a simple but dynamic movement that's going to focus on your core, your hip flexors, as well as all of those stability muscles necessary to work on one leg. You're going to be working with the oblique knee up. The first and most important part is starting in the right position because it'll help you stay in line throughout the exercise. Drop one foot back slightly, about 6 to 8 inches. Your toe should be about even with your heel. Now you're going to open up your trunk reaching open. So I'm starting in a stretch position so I can focus on this oblique as I stretch it, and then I'm gonna come back, rotate, and I'm gonna squeeze as tight as I can to really work this core. Start nice and slow, get yourself in a rhythm, and then start picking it up. Remember, we're gonna use these dynamic style moves for both heart rate, leg strength, and stability. So it's important that we stretch the muscle, squeeze, and then get in a bit of a rhythm and start picking it up for heart rate. Keep things simple, 30 seconds on each side. Okay, 30 on the right, 30 on the left being the power position, and then take yourself about 30 to 45 second rest and pick up your pace. We've got 3 rounds. This is gonna be just a quick burst to get our heart rate through the roof as we finish up the workout. I know you're feeling that last set, so this one we want to slow down the pace a little bit and get our body ready for the abdominal work. Keep things simple here. This superset is going to be for the tricep and the bicep. You're going to start with the tricep, and we're going to be working either 2 to 5 sets depending on how strong you are and how your body's feeling. As you complete this workout for a couple weeks, you might be up to that 5 set range, but when you're starting, 2 sets will be plenty. You're going to go 15 reps with the left arm, 15 reps with the right. Then you're going to come off of the tricep extension and you're going to be doing wide curls. Drop your chest and get in a place to where you're in a nice L with your arm. We want to be here with an L. We're going to extend up past the plane, get a good squeeze, and then you're going to lower back down. The most important thing is working back to that L. Don't get neutral here and get straight and get all the way out here and then working straight arm. It's all in an L. You're here to here, extend, big squeeze, here to here. Finish each of those arms for the triceps and move immediately into the biceps. Anytime that you're working opposite muscle groups, we don't need much rest in between. You want to keep your pace. This will allow you to keep shorter workouts and keep them more intense to get you more results. With the KB Power Bands wide curls, it's the same old curl that you're used to with just a little spin on it. You're not going to stay neutral. You're going to work to stay outside that body plane. Work out wide and get to the top and squeeze with your pinkies. Finish that 15 reps. Remember, 2 to 5 sets, and we're moving on to the abs. You've got a great pace going, you're working hard, you're sweating. Let's finish strong with this ab sequence here. We're starting with seated bicycles, keeping your chest up nice and high, arms slightly behind your seat. You're gonna extend your legs out straight and get you a little bit of a little 1 to 2 second count every time you straighten those legs. We're gonna start working our legs a little bit more, increase our blood flow because we're using more muscle groups using those resistance bands. You've got 20 reps there. Now you're gonna lay back and immediately go to leg raises. You're gonna work to drive those legs up as high as you can, lifting with your abs. Do not use momentum. You don't wanna let those legs slide down, come up, and use that momentum as a pulse. You wanna work to really extend, reach with the abs, come back down nice and slow, right back up. We've got 10 reps. And finally, the last part of your workout, you're gonna rock 10 toe touches. As soon as that last leg raise is complete, you're gonna move right into those toe touches. But here's the twist. You're gonna be completing all 3 of these exercises stuffed up together for 3 sets. Try not to stop. Push yourself each and every rep and go with the 20-10-10 and work as hard as you can to finish this workout. Amazing job working through the Kbands Outdoor FX Beginner workout. As you become stronger and you advance after a couple weeks, move on to the advanced workout. And don't forget, you can make a comment, ask any questions that you might have about the workouts in the comment boxes below, and any products that you may need, please feel free to grab them here at kbandstraining.com.